I've been playing on controller for 7 years now, and learning to become good on controller can be hard. So in this video, I'm going to be giving you 5 of the fastest ways to improve on controller. Before we get into it, please consider liking and subscribing as it helps out massively. With that being said, let's get into it. So starting off with editing. Editing is one of the hardest things to master when it comes to improving on controller. So I'm going to be giving you some settings that have helped me out that will make it a lot easier to edit faster and more consistently. So first, go into your game settings and you want to make sure reset build choice is on, turbo build is on, and disable pre-edit option is on. Now what these 3 settings do is they help you register edits much quicker and confirm much faster. Next, if you have edit delay like this on controller, here's how to remove it so you can edit faster. So go back into your controller settings and put your edit hold time all the way to 0. Next, go into your controller binds and scroll all the way down to where it says switch mode / edit, and you want to unbind this. After you've unbinded this, you want to go to your edit bind and you want to set this to a button you prefer to edit with. So for me, that would be circle. After you put your edit bind, you want to go to your switch mode and you want to select a switch mode that you prefer. So for example, again, mine would be left stick. If you followed all my steps correctly, you should now have no delay when you're editing, and this is going to help you edit way faster on controller. Now lastly, to maximize your editing speed, we're gonna have to remove input delay. So go into your settings and turn VSync off. Make sure your FPS is set to the same as your monitor. So for example, I play 240 FPS because my monitor is 240 Hz. Put performance mode on if you're PC. This will help reduce input delay massively. After this, you want to make sure all your replays are turned off, all your energy saving settings are turned off, and all your gyro settings are turned off. The reason for this is because these cause massive input delay when turned on, so it's super important you turn them off if you don't use them. So now that you can edit faster, let's move to aim. Now personally, when it comes to aim, I think that it's all based off personal preference and how you feel, but I'm going to give you some tips that has helped me improve my aim over time, and they will definitely help you. So the first thing is not to panic when you are in a fight, because when you panic you do begin to start having bad aim. Just take a deep breath, try not to be nervous in a fight, just breathe and concentrate on your aim, because most of the time aim wins you fights. You can have insane mechanics, but if your aim's not good, then you will not win much fights. It's all about taking your time and not being scared. The next thing I did to improve my aim on controller was using these settings. So first, go into your controller settings and you want to turn off advanced options. Set your ADS to 1, then turn advanced options back on. This will make your aim so much better long distance. It will slow down your ADS speed so you can hit way more shots and be much more accurate. Next, you want to set your reset camera access to both and put your scope multiplier speed between 0.95 and 1. Now personally, I've seen improvement when putting these settings on, so I can only speak from experience, but I can say these have helped me ever since I switched to these settings, so give them a try. Next, for having better shotgun aim, you want to have a balanced dead zone. So I use 6 to 7% on my dead zone, and this is perfect for me. My shotgun aim is really good, but it's all about finding that balance and what fits you perfect. So a good starting point would be 6 and 7%, and build your way up and see what fits you perfectly. Alright, so your aim is now feeling much better. So now let's move on to building. Now building is easily the most hardest thing to master on controller. But with these tips I'm going to give you now, you should feel a lot more confident and be able to build much better. So let's get into it. So firstly, one of the best ways to improve your building is switching to claw or paddles. I made a full video on this, so if you want the full breakdown, click on the link in the description and watch the full video, as it will help out massively. But just to give you a short explanation on why it's important you should switch. Switching to claw or paddles gives you a huge advantage over non-claw. You can press jump, edit or build without taking your thumb off the sticks. That means smoother movement, faster reactions and way better aim while building or fighting. So overall, it's going to improve you as a player. but more importantly, it's going to improve your building. So I would definitely invest in switching to claw or paddles if you want to have better mechanics. Now, deciding between linear or exponential is what a lot of people struggle with. Now, personally, if you want to be better at building, you want to switch to linear. And the reason for this is linear gives you more control over your movement. Linear is way more responsive than exponential, which is going to be much better for when you're building. Exponential is way better for aim, but less for building. So you've got to decide whether you want better aim or better mechanics when picking linear or exponential. The best way to decide whether you want to be linear or exponential is think about your playstyle. If you're a fast player, then linear is going to be perfect for you, and if you're a slow player, then expo is going to be perfect for you. It all comes down what's best for you, not what's best for other people, you. Now, I did make a video breaking down linear and expo, the pros and cons, so if you want to watch that video, the link will be in the description. Make sure to check that out if you don't know what to pick. Next, I'm going to give you some settings that have helped me. So go back into your controller settings, turn on build immediately and turn on instant boost when building. These two settings are going to make sure when you press the build button that it's going to build as fast as possible, meaning your building is going to be much faster. So they're super helpful. Now, moving on to actual fighting tips. Now, me personally, one of the best ways to improve is 1v1ing good players. Now, why it's important you 1v1 good players is because good players will punish you for your mistakes. Whereas if you're playing someone who you know you're better than, then you're going to get lazy with it and you're not going to improve. Good players, they force you to adapt. You can't just autopilot against a good player. You've got to be constantly reacting to how they play, switching your strategy. For example, they might piece you up in a certain way, and eventually you start to learn how to counter that when you consistently play good players. As well as that, you're going to be learning new techniques of good players. Good players often hit you with certain moves that you didn't even know, and then you can eventually put that into your game so you can use that to your advantage. It's a good way to get humbled because it builds you as a player. So when you come up against a good player in game, you already know how they're going to play. So when you come up against a good player in real game, if they hit you with a certain move you've came up against over and over again, you're going to know how to play against that so you can win the fight. Also, playing against good players is going to speed up your improvement massively because they're going to expose you for your weaknesses, whether that's aim, peace, awareness, whatever you are struggling with, they're going to expose you for it so you can improve on it. So playing against good players is very important. Do not be scared to get 5-0, 10-0 by a good player because you're going to learn from them 10 fights. I promise you that. I've done it and it's helped me out massively. All the pros do it. Pros play against pros for a reason. It's so they can improve and learn any new techniques or metas. So start playing against good players. Now, lastly, and one of the most important tips is having optimized binds. Now, why it's important to have optimized binds is because it reduces your input delay and it actually improves your hand travel. So for example, if you're non-claw, you need to find the best optimized binds because, as you already know, you have to take your thumbs off the stick. So what optimized binds do is they reduce that as much as possible so you don't have to do that so often. Also, optimized binds feel more natural over time, letting you play with more consistency. What optimized binds do is they maximize your potential on controller. As you already know, controller already has limits compared to keyboard and mouse. So optimized binds let you get the most out of every button so you can reach your potential. Now, I made a full video breaking down the optimized binds for every grip, non-claw, claw or paddles. So watch that video below if you're stuck on picking your binds. I've got the best optimized binds in that video for every input. So make sure you click on that link in the description and give it a watch. But yeah, if you follow all these tips in this video, there's no doubt you will improve over time. It's just about staying consistent and not giving up. If you want to see more videos like this, please be sure to drop a like and subscribe and also comment what you struggle with most. I'm always trying to give you guys the best content, so it'd be much appreciated. But yeah, thank you all for watching, and until next time, say